Hi everyone, in this video I'll be talking to you about how to not mess up your trust and credibility game with bad imagery, a value proposition that's far too long and a whole bunch more, all coming right up. So today we have something called Beehive Living, and they provide co-living. They provide co-living in the UK, and if for those of you who don't know what co-living is, it's essentially a bunch of people come together and they share. They have their own rooms. They rent their own rooms, but with a shared communal space. It's essentially a commune, but for young professionals, if you like. There's a greater sense of community. It's a sort of a nice way for people to kind of live together, and also a lot of it is centered, often centered around people in often similar industries, like people. If there's a bunch of developers that all decide to do co-living together, or co-living sites may say, hey, you've got this many. You've got these people doing these kinds of professions in this co-living space, so you might be interested in living with this group of developers or architects or engineers or whatever. But yeah, it's a relatively new thing. But yeah, I chose these guys because I am a Londoner, born and raised, so I have been complaining about house prices since I was about 2, and these guys seem to be a real breath of fresh air to the London rental market, UK rental market, rather. I'm assuming this is London because it kind of looks like London, but I'll get to that in a second. You'll see what I mean when I say assuming. Yeah, let's kick this off. Let's kick this off with what's working. Firstly, this video I think is doing reasonably well. It's selling with it's selling to my eyes. I watched that video and I think I would like a life like that, a nice, happy, sunny, chatty, wine-filled banter with my co-living mates. It looks like the kind of life that the Friends sitcom promised my generation, but the London equivalent. So yeah, great. I am excited. That video excites me about possibly living with Beehive. Second thing is the testimonials. If we scroll down, testimonials are pretty good. They tick every box. We've got a photo of the testimonial giver. We've got nice descriptive space community at Hive Homes is pretty special, being immersed in a positive multicultural community with tastefully designed surroundings, blah blah blah, maybe moving a little quickly, but and then it also gives their profession as well. So prospective renters are like, he's an engineer from Hungary, she's in fashion from Taiwan, so people can kind of get a bit more of an insight to the kind of people that they'll be living with. So there's an added benefit there. From real people doing real jobs with real faces. I guess the only thing that you can improve about these is maybe if it were a video testimonial. Those are usually the holy grail of testimonials. But I think that's pretty good testimonial game. So good stuff on that front. But few things that I think aren't working can definitely be improved on. The first thing, as I started mentioning before, where are these homes? I can't really tell. It certainly doesn't say on the homepage, or if it does, it's not being made obvious. Maybe it says on the about page. But I checked the about page and I couldn't really see anything. I mean, even if it does say it's somewhere on this site, it's being quite elusive. And this is very important information that someone someone needs to know. Like, the first thing you're going to do is, if you're interested in renting with Beehive, is be like, okay, well, are these homes in somewhere that I want to live? Are they? I mean, I'm assuming a lot of these are in London because these guys have a sort of London vibe. Some of them look kind of smug and preppy. Yeah, these two look pretty London. So yeah, I'm assuming that this is stuff that needs to be on the page. Yeah. So next, I'd also I'm getting the small points out of the way. These are small, easy no-brainers. I'd be tempted to get rid of this blog as well. I don't think it really serves a purpose. That serves the purpose of getting a new visitor excited about Beehive living. Immediately. Like, the whole point of a homepage is someone arrives at it cold, and they find out as quickly as possible what this brand does, and then begins the process of getting them excited about possibly handing over some cash to this brand. And whilst the blog is kind of relevant, I don't think it's the kind of thing. It's a nice to have that you can put up here in the menu. A viewer's not gonna be like, oh my god, Beehive Living. They've got really nice homes, and they there's no usual large deposit and lots of really nice people. Whoop-de-doo. Oh my god, and they've got a blog. No one's really gonna say that. So, and even if someone is interested in a blog, they'll see blog up there pretty quickly. So I think that's kind of wasting real estate and just detracting from the message of what this homepage should be communicating. So yeah, onto the bigger points. We've got quite a few of them. Next. This may just be me, but I think these images are a little bit cheesy. They look a little bit stock imagery. No, they don't. That almost just looks like a studio, not a studio apartment. I mean, a literal photography studio. So I would want some much more authentic imagery to build the trust. Until I see, ideally they'd be images of actual residents enjoying themselves in a space. I mean, these may be actual residents, but they don't look like actual residents. They look like models. And someone behind the camera has said, "Okay, now guys, look like you're enjoying your co-living space." So until I see actual people enjoying their co-living space, I won't be 100% sold on this. And I guess the blog, actually, to sort of contradict myself, the blog is kind of getting there in that it's showing, meet a resident, Katie. Like, it is showing a real person. But I mean, yeah, not really, because she's not in a Hive home. So yeah, I would just make those a lot more authentic, reshoot them. I'm sure Beehive, it shouldn't be too difficult. You can send a nice word to some of your tenants saying, hey, £100 if you let us take some pictures of you for an hour. Yeah, so the next thing, and this is quite a big one, is that there's not really much good CTA game going on. All we've really got is this here. Like, what is co-living? Blah, 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 talking about co-living. Learn more. Firstly, learn more is a tad vague. You could be more direct with that. At the very least, it could be learn more about co-living. Tell me more about co-living. Explain to me what co-living is. It just a little bit more specific is better than learn more. Learn more is a very generic button. You you see that everywhere, all over the internet. So the more, if something's generic and people are used to seeing it everywhere, they're more likely to ignore it. It has less impact. So if you just, there's probably better CTA copy out there, but maybe it's tell me how amazing co-living is. So something like that. Yeah, let's make that a lot more specific. But then my major gripe, my second gripe with the CTA game, is the thing that we really want people to do, the thing that this brand and this homepage would want people to do is maybe further down after we've persuaded people a little bit more and sold them on the benefits of co-living and Beehive, then have a button saying something like let's chat more about living with Beehive, or even book a viewing, or something that can move prospects just for a little bit further down the funnel, because there will be people looking at this page, getting excited, thinking, yeah, I'm interested in this. Okay, who do I talk to next? And I guess there's a contact thing up there, so people who are interested will click on that. But people are going to click more if there's a big fat button at the bottom. Yeah, at the very least, contact. Put a button at the bottom. Bit of a tongue twister that. Yeah, put a button at the bottom with contact. Just make it easier for people to buy, or at least arrange a viewing so that they can eventually sign something and buy. Now, next most important thing, next most important problem, and this is a big error. It's always value propositions. There's always problems with that. This is what on earth's going on here. It's rather verbose. We're redefining the rental market by building exceptional shared living spaces for creative professionals and entrepreneurs to live, work, and create together. Yeah, I mean that's a cool thing to say you're doing, but I don't think that many words need to be used. And that's like half of it. If we just reload the page, they've got about 3 different blocks of text flashing up. We've got welcome to the rent revolution, and then if the internet decides to pick up, we're redefining the rental market, blah 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 blah. Yeah, and then something else has got. Here we go. Beehive Living is a social business with the mission of promoting well-being by redefining shared living for a new generation. Okay, too much information. I need to know what Beehive Living is going to do for me as quickly as possible. I also have a huge problem with welcome to the rent revolution. 2 reasons for that. Firstly, I think I've seen welcome to the rent revolution word for word for another product. I've even if I haven't, that seems like a very familiar phrase. So if it seems familiar, it probably is. And even if I haven't seen welcome to the rent revolution, I know I've definitely seen welcome to the something revolution. So many brands from rental companies to yogurt companies to software companies, they're all saying welcome to the something revolution. And yeah, great. I'm sure what you're doing is revolutionary, but it's a lot more exciting to a prospect to say why you're revolutionary before you just say that you're revolutionary. So I'll show you in a second what would be a better way of basically demonstrating, or rather communicating succinctly that you are revolutionary, why you're revolutionary. But but before I show you that, let's just sort out this whole value proposition game. It could be something. You could have a really simple value proposition that says something. Do you know what? Actually, I'll get it up. 2 seconds. Yeah. So here's something I quickly knocked up. I'll just make myself a little smaller. Instead of all that writing, firstly, let's just say what this is. Something like, I'm not saying this is the best line in the world, but it's a lot more direct. Modern urban co-living, rent with less stress and a greater sense of community. Now, that's just quick and simple. And if I am, say, a London renter who's paying a stupid amount of money for a flat with a few mold and cockroaches in it, then I'm going to listen when someone tells me that there will be less stress and more fun, a greater sense of community. Great. A lot of people are paying stupid money to live in tiny shoe boxes in London all on their own, and it sucks and it's boring. So that's already a nice benefit-driven headline. But then there are benefits if we just go back there. There are benefits that are communicated a little further down. All-in-one bills, great. Hassle-free moving, great. On-demand maintenance, that's a huge one. Calling up your landlord to say, my fridge is broken, come round and fix it. That's one of the bane of a lot of renters' lives. No deposit. Wow, this should all be communicated far quicker. So let's have that all along the bottom. If I land on a page and I'm renting in London, and there is a company that's saying I can live in a nice urban space, less stress, all-in-one bills, vetted community of roommates, no deposit, maintenance team on call 24/7. I'm at the very least going to start listening, and some people are going to be going, "Yippee! Where do I sign up? I'm sick of all the rubbish that comes with renting in London." So yeah, that's one of the big problems that I change and how I change it. Finally, and this kind of follows on from my point of how stressful renting in London can be. This is, clearly this site is trying to be positive. It's got a nice golden happy video of people having a drink. Yeah, let's have some agitation copy. Let's agitate the problem. Let's start by reminding people how stressful renting in London can be. If we say something like the rental market for today's young London young professionals is broken, but co-living is here to fix that. Exploitative landlords have been getting away for far too long, charging stupid money for a really stupid product. If that's just a quick and dirty few words, started for 10. But if you see what I'm getting at, we need to remind people exactly what pain is going to be alleviated if they hand over a bit of money to Beehive Living. So yeah, those are my thoughts, and hope you like them. Hope you found them useful. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope you liked that video and found it useful. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hey, even if you didn't, feel free to do so anyway. Every little helps. Also, Feel free to let me know what you thought in the comments below. Did you like the video? Did you dislike the video? Did you agree with it? All's interesting, all's good, so let me know your thoughts either way. If you would also like your page to feature on my channel, or you'd like to work with me on your website or landing page copy, then also feel free to get in touch. Lastly, if you like that video, then check out my next video where I'll be talking more about how to write good value propositions. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you real soon. Cheers!